up, y'all? It's your boy said, let's talk. Hey, on behalf of the homie, he couldn't be here, so I'm holding it down, you know what I'm saying, for the both of us tonight. Pardon me for being a little bit late, but it's all good, we here. So as y'all can see from the title, can you do it by yourself? That's what I'm gonna talk about tonight. Can you do it by yourself? Can you do it alone? Can you handle the pressure of failing and not having nobody else to lean on, to pass the blame on, somebody else to pick you up, or whatever? Can you do it by yourself? This is what we're gonna talk about tonight, y'all. As usual, we're gonna take a couple minutes just for me to send out the invites. We got to do that. I normally don't drink, but when I do, I like a Sprite. Yeah, it's good. But can you do it alone? Can you do it by yourself, y'all? I'm gonna take a couple minutes, just a couple minutes, real quick, y'all. Send out these invites. I need y'all to stay with me though. You know, like I said, I'm doing it by myself tonight, y'all. One man game. It's all good. We appreciate everybody though, for tuning in. That means a whole lot, especially when you're rocking by yourself. Homie had some things that he had to take care of, that he had to do. So it's all to the good tonight. But we here, y'all. We are definitely here. I hope that everybody can rock with me. I know it's a Monday. A lot of y'all got things to do, but hey, we're gonna come to y'all anyway tonight, and we're gonna see what we can do with it. Let's see. Um, we're gonna start off. How was y'all weekend? You know what I'm saying? What y'all get into over the weekend, man? Y'all talk to me. Y'all let me know how things is going. You know, what y'all got going on over this past weekend? I'll let y'all know what I did, and we'll just take it from there. You know, we appreciate everybody who tuned in, y'all. I'm by myself tonight, y'all. I am by myself tonight, and it's all good though. It's all to the good. We can handle it. You know what I'm saying? We can definitely handle it. It's not a problem. You know, I think I can do it by myself. Grace, how you doing? How you doing, Grace? We appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to sub to the channel. We definitely sub back. You know what I'm saying? Grace, can you do it by yourself? That's the question for tonight. That's what we're talking about tonight. Can you do it by yourself? Let me know. I just want to know. Y'all smash that like button for me too. Well, I'm glad that you can't complain. I appreciate you tuning in to the show. Tonight I'm your host, Sid. You know what I'm saying? AKA Mr. Let's Talk. Right here holding it down. That's Dysfunction's world. He's here with us in spirit. You know what I'm talking about? So it's all good. But Grace, question for tonight is: can you do it by yourself? Can you do it alone? Are you a one man army or one woman army? Fox Money, what's up? How you doing, Fox? We appreciate you tuning in. I want to know: can you do it by yourself? Let me know. I need y'all to be my top fans. You know what I'm saying? So thank you very much. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Smash the like button for me, and share this with one of your friends. Just one. Let them know that we having a dope conversation over here. We asking people, can you do it by yourself? One man army. That's what I'm talking about. Now look. Now you got to understand. Remember that a lot of times when you're doing something by yourself, you get all the credit, but you get all the blame as well. Nobody to fall back on. You know what I'm saying? Nobody to bounce off of. Nobody energy that you can pull from if you're tired. You know, it's all on you. One man gang, one woman gang. Like, where you at? Are you okay with that? Some people can't handle that pressure. Some people work well in groups. Some people work well alone, of course, but most don't. Most don't. You know, they work well in groups because the blame isn't solely on them. It's not on them 100%. You know what I'm saying? But then you have others who thrive with being alone, who can deal with the pressure, who can take it. Which one are you? Where do you fall in at, y'all? Grace, let me know. Fox Money, let me know. Where you fall in at? And share this with one person too, y'all. Y'all share this with just one person, man. We live, we up in here. We finna have a beautiful conversation. We're gonna have a beautiful conversation. We need everybody to tune in tonight. We need y'all to continue to smash that like button too. Remember, if you sub, we definitely sub back. Turtles tip, what's up? What's your question? Let me know. Do you play Fortnite? Not on a regular basis. No, my son play. Can I call your number? Nah, I can't call your number. Oh, Turtle Tip, are you trolling already? We're gonna have us a great conversation. I want to know, Rebecca, how you doing? We appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to sub to the channel. We definitely sub back. So we just want to know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. You have to ask my son. You know, um, depends. I guess I can't answer for him. I don't know. Riley, what's up? How you doing? We appreciate you tuning in tonight. We definitely appreciate you tuning in tonight. That's what's up. Minecraft. I got little cousins and stuff that play Minecraft and Fortnite. You know, in all them games. Uh-oh. Doing us a vessel. I was up in 3, 2, 1. We appreciate y'all. We definitely appreciate everybody who's tuning in right now. I got to send out some more invites. I need y'all to sub to the channel though, and we definitely will sub back. Trying to get this good conversation going. Y'all know this is what we do. We definitely appreciate everybody who subs to the channel. We need y'all to continuously sub. I'm good. I just got back from band. From band. Oh, okay, what instrument you play? You just got back from band. Hey, what's good, bro? What's good, man? How you been? What's up with you? Man, what's been going on? I ain't seen you in a minute. I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. How things been going for you? I hope everything is well. Oh, absolutely. I'm at my favorite Mexican restaurant. This is why we doing the podcast at tonight, y'all. Hope y'all get the opportunity to check it out. What's up to the channel? Homie, what's up, man? Busy but good when y'all coming back to the gym. Um, I be at the other gym, Bart, excuse me, in NC Woods. I be at the other gym, you know what I'm saying? But I will be coming back over there, you know what I'm saying, from time to time to tap in and see how things are going though, for real. Yeah, Delta, what's up, man? What's going on, Delta? Delta in the building. Y'all smash that like button for me. It is a lot of new people in here. We appreciate that. Y'all be sure to sub to the channel. Riley said, "Was you in the band?" Yeah, I was in the band when I was younger. Absolutely. I played tuba. Y'all know what a tuba is. That's what I played. I played tuba. So I'm talking about chilling, bro. Have a nice night, you guys. Homie Tascan. Hey, be sure to sub to the channel, bro. We sub back. Big said fo. Yeah, you know, we up in here, man. We holding it down. You know, solo dolo tonight, y'all. We holding it down. It's gonna be okay. Said got this one, man. It's all on me. Can you do it by yourself? That's what we talking about tonight, y'all. Can you do it by yourself? Are you afraid to do it by yourself? Are you afraid to fail? Are you afraid to fail? Or is it nothing? Hey, I appreciate you subbing to the channel. I will sub back. But can you do it by yourself? How scary is it to do it by yourself, y'all? How scary is it? Can you handle that pressure of knowing that everything is on you? Whatever you're gonna talk about, like in my case, whatever your project is about, everything is on you. So when it comes to being alone by yourself, one with yourself, whatever term you want to use, how does that feel to you? You know, do you look forward to having your homeboys or homegirls there with you whenever it is you're trying to do whatever you're trying to do, or are you just like it's whatever and I can still do it? Um, Failure is definitely scary. It is. Failing is scary, but for me, failing is scary, but not trying is scarier. If that makes sense, Delson. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, I'm not afraid to try new things. I'm not afraid to be by myself if I have to be. You know, but failure, failure is failure. It is what it is when it comes to failing. You can't get mad. That's just life. And like they say, you only have to succeed one more time than you fail. If you fail 6 times, you succeed on the seventh. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. This is what we're talking about. Riley said, I mean, my best friend just passed a couple of days ago, so I mean, I'm going through some hard times right now. He was like a brother to me. Um, I can relate to that. I had my best friend pass away, excuse me, on me many years ago. Many years ago, y'all. So I know exactly what it is that you're talking about. And it's a hard thing to deal with. It's a hard thing to deal with, y'all. Nobody said that it's never going to be easy. But you will have to think about how would they want you to live your life. You know what I'm saying? How would that person want you to live? Would they want you to live, you know, being depressed, being a loner, being down, or would they want you to keep going? And you can live in their honor. Annie in the building, what's up, Annie? Annie, we appreciate you coming in. I'm riding solo tonight, but we're gonna keep the party going. You know, hold on, y'all. I gotta I'm sending out invites, so I need y'all to just bear with me, please. Annie, what's going on? Annie, can you do it by yourself, Annie? That's what we talking about. Delta, I know you're a military man, so they teach you to always have, a battle buddy. They teach you to have a battle buddy. Me being in the Navy, it was the same thing. So you or you get programmed to have somebody with you at all times, you know. But sometimes you got to stand on your own too. Sometimes you got to be by yourself. Sometimes you got to fight that battle, literally a fight by yourself, and you'll be terrified. You'll be terrified to do it by yourself. Absolutely terrified. But that doesn't mean you can't do it. You know, a lot of things in life, sometimes you're gonna have to face by yourself. There's no way around it. Ain't no getting no help from anybody else. It's just you and whatever the situation is. Now, of course, there'll be plenty of opportunities where you can have someone help you. When you back in the corner, you'd be amazed what comes out of you. We have tendencies to like comfort. Getting out the comfort zone really helps us to grow and explore new limits with us. Yeah. What's happening? We got Carl in the building, aka Dealer's Delight. We appreciate you tuning in, bro. Hey, we talking about can you do it by yourself? That's what the conversation is tonight. Can you do it by yourself? You know, do you have what it takes to do it all by yourself? It's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes because things can go wrong, and what they say, everything that can go wrong will go wrong. That's what we're talking about tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because when you by yourself, you're not gonna, you don't have, you don't have that extra set of eyes, extra set of ears. You don't have that. It's just you. So you got to keep your head on the swivel as best you can, and you still gonna miss some stuff, and you just got to roll with it. Can you do it by yourself? And I'm not saying are you not afraid. We all gonna be afraid or timid or whatever the case may be, but hell, that ain't gonna stop you. It shouldn't stop you. No, no matter what it is, we all need help at some point. Right. Absolutely. We all need help. But sometimes, no, the question is what I'm asking you is can you do some things by yourself? Are you afraid to do things by yourself? Are you afraid to stand up by yourself on your own? You know what I'm saying? That's what we talking about. Like I'm doing tonight. Like tonight I'm doing the podcast by myself because this, you know what I'm saying, has some things that he had to do, right? So that's what I'm talking about. Can you handle it when you by yourself? You know what I'm saying? Hey Riley, we appreciate you, Riley. Sub to the channel, we sub back, and hope everything work out for you. And definitely come back in later on to join the conversation. But yeah, where are you at when it comes to doing things all by yourself, all on your own, with no help? When you get all the blame, you get all the credit, you get all the accolades, you get all the hate. Some people just can't handle that. Some people can't deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Some people are not able to just wrap their mind around the fact that this is all me, be it good or be it bad. And you think about when something good happens to somebody, what's the first thing they do? They go spread the news. They want everybody to know about it. You know what I'm saying? Can you handle it? Some people can't handle it, y'all. This is what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? This is what we talking about tonight. I hope y'all can pardon me. You know, the show is not flowing like it normally would because I'm by myself. But it's okay. I'm gonna hold it down. I'm gonna do the best I can do. I'm gonna try my best to make sure I incorporate everybody into the conversation. I'm gonna try to read all of y'all comments that y'all putting down. We don't have the call in number tonight, so that's all good. Okay, okay. No, I'm not afraid to be alone. I prefer it actually. I'm back. All right, we appreciate you coming back. Annie, we appreciate that too. We appreciate that comment. Some people do prefer to be by themselves, but when it comes to doing something, they want somebody to do it with them. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's a lot of people out there who are loners, complete loners, and they'll do everything by themselves. You know, it could be a project, it could be giving a speech. I don't know. It could be fixing a car. Some people are just absolute loners, and that's a whole nother conversation right there. You know, within itself, because that ain't necessarily the best thing neither, but it ain't the worst thing. It's definitely a surefire way to keep drama down and keep things out your life, keep confusion from getting in the way. Dashi be in the building. What up, Dashi? What's going on, man? We talking about can you do it by yourself? That's what we talking about. Are you afraid to do things by yourself, all alone? You know, can you, when things is tough, well, hell, even when things is good, can you do things by yourself? You know what I'm saying? You take all the benefit, you get all the credit, but you get all the blame too. You know, some people can't do things alone. It's just too scary for some people. It's just too scary for some people to actually think about. Oh yes, Jack Daniels. Yeah. Yeah. Some people just can't do it by themselves. So that's what we talking about tonight. That's what tonight's conversation is about. I remember one time, y'all, and this is like growing up as a child, and I had a fight, and now normally, you know, in those situations, especially with me having so many brothers that I have, somebody would have been there. You know what I'm saying? But this particular day in school, I had a fight by myself, solo dolo. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna run? Are you gonna stand there? Are you know? It's like in that situation, are you gonna be scared? Absolutely, you're gonna be scared. Absolutely. Are you gonna run away? Fight or flight? You know? Or let's say you got a project and everybody end up backing out the project except for you. What if it's a business deal and you feel strongly that it can work? But the people who was in the group with you, your partners or whatever, they don't feel like that. So what are you gonna do? There's some situations right now you already know that the God sent me to do it by myself. I'm afraid and nervous, but I still trust God and obeying what He told me to do. Excuse me. Absolutely. And this is what we're talking about. Where you can recognize your fears. Because there's nothing wrong with being scared. Nothing wrong with being scared at all. You can recognize your fears and you know exactly where it's coming from. Now it's up to you to proceed accordingly. Are you gonna allow your fears to shut you down, to dictate what it is that you know you should be doing? Are you gonna allow your fears to do that? Or are you just gonna be like, you know what? Order my steps. I'm on this. I got this. You know? I've known people that have tolerated all kinds of BS and abuse just so they didn't have to be alone. Hey, and that's you know what? That's the flip side to that coin right there. A lot of people don't want to be alone so bad that they'll deal with uncomfortable situations. Let's say that, like she said, abuse. Some people deal with abuse, getting beat on. You know what I'm saying? Toxic relationships, just so they don't have to be by themselves. And that's when it gets sad. That's when it gets dangerous right there because it's like I would rather be with someone who's gonna mistreat me than be by myself. That goes to show you that some people can't be alone. They don't want to be alone. You know? Yeah. Mm. I came up with this idea earlier when I was at work. Right? Um, we was all working. And we all had a task to do to get the job done. And I was just, you know how sometimes you just stop and look around. And even though all of us are working on the same task, we all had individual responsibilities to get that task accomplished. And it was like, if I don't do my part, does the whole thing fall apart? Does the whole task not get accomplished? You know what I'm saying? And my part is solely my responsibility. It falls on me. You know what I'm saying? To do my part. I can't ask the next man who has his or her own part to do to come over here and do my part or to help me do my part. You know, um, you have to be able to hold your own sometimes. Toe the line, toe the road. Excuse me, as they say. You have to. Now, coincidentally, and this is just pure coincidence that I end up doing the show by myself tonight. You know what I'm saying? I already had a concept and the thought of what I wanted to talk about tonight, but coincidentally, you know what I'm saying? I end up doing it by myself. Big coincidence, y'all. Sometimes it fall like that. Cool, you know. D in the building. What's up? Yo, what's happening? D, we talking about are you can you do it by yourself? Are you able to stand alone and do things? Or will you allow fear to shut you down? This is what we talking about tonight, bro. So I definitely want to hear your opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? Being a photographer, videographer, you know, where everything falls on you. The good stuff, the bad stuff, the booking, you know what I'm saying? The finding the spaces, getting the clients, everything falls on you. The good stuff and the bad stuff. And this is what we talking about. Now, also, caveat. We understand no man is an island, nobody achieves it by themselves. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying can you achieve success by yourself. I'm saying can you stand alone by yourself? I mean, stand alone by yourself. Y'all know what I mean. Can you stand alone and still do things? Like I think it was Andy who said that some people will stay in a toxic relationship, an abusive relationship, a relationship that's going nowhere simply because they don't want to be alone. They fear free. Excuse me. They fear being alone more than they fear this person or being in a toxic relationship. This is what we talking about, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So y'all drop these comments, man, for real. Y'all definitely got to drop these comments and let me know what you think. Also, um, I need somebody to let me know what the volume sound like. What does the volume sound like? Can y'all hear me clearly? Do I need to change anything? You know what I'm saying? Or is it good? See everybody in there speaking to each other. That's what's up. We appreciate y'all. We just want to let y'all know that. But can you do it by yourself? Can you do it by yourself? Are you brave enough to handle the boredom? Because sometimes it get boring being by yourself. Um, are you? Can you handle it? Man, it's not easy. It's not easy sometimes, y'all. But it's worth it. My bad, y'all. Excuse me for that. Um, but this is tonight's conversation. I would love for y'all to be a little bit more interactive with me tonight. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think. Dasha, we appreciate that conversation for real. Um, and I know what you got going on, and that's definitely something big. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely something big, and it is scary. That is definitely scary, bro. You know, huge responsibility. You know, huge risk, huge reward. But you built for it, bro. So we know you can do it. We know you can do it without a doubt, unequivocally, without a doubt. I just need to also know is my volume okay? Can y'all hear me just fine? Mm. When was the last time you had to do something by yourself, and get the job done by yourself? When was the last time? What did you do to handle it? What did you do? How did you approach it? Did you create the concept? Did you lay out a plan? Did you write down some steps? You know what I'm saying? This is what we're gonna do. This how we or this what I'm gonna do. This how I'm gonna do it. Did you do research first? What went into your order of operations when you had to do whatever it was that you were doing by yourself? Because you'd be surprised, y'all. Some people will do stuff by themselves and they'll wing it. They'll just totally wing it and be like, "F it," have it come out. That's how it come out. Well, I shouldn't have to do this by myself, so I'm not responsible for the outcome. And it's like, yes, you are. You're still responsible. You're totally responsible. If anything, you're more responsible now that you're by yourself doing this. But everybody don't look at it like that, y'all. But you need to. You have to. You need to understand that it's important. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Wow. You need to understand that though, because it's not going to be easy. So just winging it and saying I don't care how it turned out because I'm by myself, they shouldn't have made me do it by myself. That's not the approach. That's not the approach because that's going to happen sometimes. Well, the people who you thought were going to help you out don't help you out. They back out at the last second. They leave you holding the bag. They leave you in front of, what I'm saying, in front of the microphone, so to speak. You got to give the speech. Can you do that? Can you do that? Man, y'all, this is what we talking about tonight, man. I'm just saying, I'm your boy said, man. Y'all know how we doing. The volume is perfect. I definitely appreciate those words of encouragement, bro. If I live in fear, I would never know the possibility. The possibility. I must at least try. I believe and trust in God. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. You have to, bro. You have to at least try. You know, you can't live in fear. You can't live in fear, and you can't let fear dictate your life and control your life. When you have things that you want to do, it's gonna be scary. When you step out on your own, it's gonna be scary. When you go against the grain, it's gonna be scary. It just is what it is. Here in the past few months, I've achieved a few things, right? No problem. And guess what? It was all on me. Make it or break it, pass or fail. It's on me. It's on said. And of course, I passed them. Well, I'm not gonna say of course. Fortunately, I passed them. I was nervous. I was scared, but I had to go in and face it head up. I had to. Um, from a self entrepreneur as myself, I've been standing alone with my photography business for 4 years now. But as any business, it's always going to have its ups and downs. But I can definitely handle it. You never really know what you're made of until you step out. Absolutely. I agree with what both of y'all just said. what D just said and what Andy just said. He has been standing on his business because I patronize his business. You know what I'm saying? I book shoots with him, so I know he's doing everything totally by himself, right? In the aspect of what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? In the aspect of what we're talking about. So absolutely, I know he understands what I'm saying, and I understand what he's saying. And Andy is right as well, though. You never know what you're made of until you have to stand up by yourself. You never know because you'll always see somebody else doing it, and in your head you might be like, "Damn, I wouldn't have did it like that. I wouldn't have did it like this." But you were scared to do it, so you can't really say that. You see what I'm saying? Like they say, if you don't like this, go get your own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Go get your own, movie theater. I don't know, or go get your own, whatever the case may be. Then you could do it your way. But this is what people talk about because some people would rather just sit back and judge other people and talk about other folks when at least they trying. You know what I'm saying? At least those people are trying. At least they say, you know what? Yeah, I'm scared. Yeah, I'm nervous, but I'm gonna see what I can do with it. I'm gonna see what I can do with it. That's more than what you can say for a lot of people. A lot of people. I'm just saying, y'all. Mm. So once again, I want to ask y'all a question. The question is, when the last time you did something by yourself? When is the last time? Me and my wife talk all the time, right? All the time. We talk about work a lot, like her work, my work, and she works in a job in a position where it's all on her. She got coworkers, but they don't work together. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like bowling. We can be on the same team, but solo stats is solo stats. You know what I'm saying? Individual stats is important, and we talk about it a lot. We talk about it all the time. We talked about it today when I came home. Um, it get pressure packed sometimes when it's all on you. And my wife, she likes stuff like that, right? She like individual sports, bowling, pool, swimming. You know what I'm talking about? Well, you could be on the team, but your individual stats is on you and it count. It's on you. She like that type of stuff. I like it too. I actually thrive on that kind of stuff because I don't embarrass easy. I don't mind standing in front of a crowd. I can give a speech. You know what I'm saying? All eyes can be on me, and the pressure is not gonna break me. It's not. It's not. And I'm not saying like I'm just some perfect type person. I'm not saying that at all. But you have some. I think that comes from because I used to rap when I was younger. For a very long time, I used to rap. So being in front of people and being on stage and having people critique and judge the things that you're saying don't really bother me. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's where that comes from. Some people not like that, or not everybody is like that. But it's okay. It's okay. You still, even if you're not like that, even if you're introvert, sometimes introvert can come out their shell. You might see somebody say they're extrovert introvert or introvert extrovert. You see what I'm saying? Every now and again they step out their shell and they'll blow your mind. You know what I'm saying? You be like, wow, I didn't expect that person to do that because they always normally so reserved. So I didn't think that they could stand up on their own. Hmm. Hmm. Um, I want to it kind of remind me and taking it back for a second to I was just telling y'all about my wife. She likes bowling. She loves bowling. It's all on you. It's all on the individual. It could be 17 people playing. Yes, individual stats count. You know what I'm saying? Even the team bowling, individual stats count. Did you pull your weight? You know what I'm saying? Did you pull your weight? Can you stand up and do what needs to be done, or are you scared? Did you allow fear to control you? You know, when you see people do stuff, especially the older you get, you start to understand. When you're seeing people do stuff, you start realizing how much courage it takes to do whatever they're doing. Even if somebody is a terrible, I don't know, singer, actor, let's say actor. Somebody's a terrible actor, but you know how much courage it takes to be an actor? Just think about that. You pretending to be somebody else on camera, and you got to do it good. So even if somebody's a terrible actor, you got to at least applaud them for trying because it's not easy. Hell, it's not easy to be a good actor, just an actor in general. So if somebody is an actor, you just got to give it up for them and understand. And I mean, just from a principle standpoint of view, you know what I'm saying? From a bigger picture point of view. Um, you look at somebody who do I think is a bad actor? Ryan Reynolds. I think Ryan Reynolds is a terrible actor. Just my opinion. He did great in Deadpool because the character Deadpool was written like back in the day in the comics. He was sarcastic and all that stuff and all that, and he was written in the way that Ryan Reynolds acts with the dry humor, the dry comedy, the dry sarcasm. But I think he's a terrible actor. But Deadpool fits him perfectly. You know what I'm saying? But it takes a lot of courage and guts to constantly get up there. You make a movie that fail, or you make a movie and the critics is tearing you up, the public is tearing you up, and you still like, you know what? I'm gonna do another movie, and another movie, and another movie. Or someone who can't, someone who thinks they can sing and they can't really sing, or they go on one of those singing shows, America Got Talent, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It takes courage to get up there and sing in front of all these judges and all that other stuff like that, and it's a crowd behind them, and you on live television. It takes courage, like, but they did it by themselves. They didn't. They wasn't a group, you know what I'm saying, or in the band. It's just them. You gotta applaud that. You know, at least they went for it. They went for it by themselves. Speaking of that, y'all, I want to pause and give a what's up. What's up? How you doing? How you doing? We appreciate you dropping that comment. We appreciate you dropping that comment and tuning in to the show and hit me with that wave. How you doing? Um, my bad, y'all. Um, we appreciate that. We appreciate Octavia coming into the chat, y'all. We definitely appreciate that. Um, oh, I was talking about Ryan Reynolds. That's what I was talking about. And people singing and being on American Idol and America Got Talent and all these other shows, and they standing up and they trying to do it alone. They may not have the talent to sing or to be a big superstar, but at least they tried. At least they said, you know what? I'm going here. I'm gonna do it by myself. I am comfortable going it alone and had to learn to accept help. Absolutely, you are. You have to. You have to be used to doing things by yourself. That doesn't mean that you don't enjoy doing things with other people or having help. You know what I'm saying? Or like she said, accepting help. Because a lot of people who do things by themselves, it's hard for them to accept help because they're so used to doing it by themselves. I find myself in that situation sometimes. I find myself in that situation sometimes, and I know sometimes for me it's just a pride and ego thing. And this could be if I'm failing at something. Because once I finally do succeed at it, I want to say that I succeeded at this, that I had help in it. And that's the wrong way to think about stuff. But still, it's a pride and ego thing. You know, I want to say, yeah, I did this. I made it. I made it to the mountaintop by myself. Sorry about that, y'all. What y'all think about that, though? I want y'all to drop me a comment. I want y'all to let me know. You know, are you comfortable with doing everything by yourself? And is it hard for you to accept that help? You know, and that goes right along with what we're talking about. Because if it's hard for you to accept help, that means that you can do things by yourself. You are used to doing things by yourself. You want to do things by yourself. That was a good statement that you just dropped right there. You know, message, and we appreciate that because everybody is not capable of doing that, y'all. We're gonna fall back. We're gonna think about that one for a second. Oh, that's the other thing that I was gonna say. I was pausing to give a quick PSA or whatever you might want to call it. I hope old boy get found and he's okay. The young man, the young black man who turned plastic into gasoline. I know y'all heard about him. They say he been missing for 2 weeks or something like that. I hope he's okay. he been actually saying, "Hey, watch out for me," and you know what I'm saying. They watching me and all that kind of stuff. And now they saying nobody heard from him for 2 or 3 weeks. So just want to take this time to say I hope that he's okay. I hope that he just took a break from the internet or something like that. I don't know, but I hope he's doing okay because what he's doing, he's absolutely doing it by himself. But he's changing the industry, y'all. If he can do this, and I pray that nothing happens to him because everybody, just about every single person who came up with cars running off of water came up missing. A new type of alternative fuel came up missing. You know what I'm saying? Like new automobiles and whatever the case may be come up missing. So I hope everything is okay with this young man because turning plastic into fuel. Oh yes, man. Plastic into fuel. That's a great thing. So we hope that he's okay. We really, really do. We hope that he get found. I hope that he continues his endeavors. He continue to move on with his plans. You know what I'm saying? To make this thing a worldwide thing. But the fact that he will be disturbing or interrupting a multi-billion-dollar industries with an S because we already have oil, crude oil, diesel. You know what I'm saying? And all these other gasoline products, which also you're going to affect the car industry as well. So you got to look at the fact that these folks don't want nobody to come in and mess up what they got going on, and they're making all this money. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at it from that aspect too, because gas is a big thing. You know what I'm saying? You look at the stock market, you look at crude oil and all of the other stuff, and people are selling millions of barrels of gasoline per day. It's a big industry, and just think if somebody comes along and they're able to make gasoline, gasoline and petroleum and all the other stuff or whatever out of plastic, which is a huge waste problem for us anyway. So if we can turn it into something positive, that'll be a plus. Mm. And tying all that into what we're saying, he's doing it by himself. He's not afraid to do it by himself. He's stepping up. He's putting the pressure on himself. He's putting himself out there. And I think that's dope. I think that's excellent. It fits exactly what it is that we're saying. He's not afraid to do it by himself. And you're not either. You shouldn't be either. Do it by yourself. Do your podcast by yourself. Even though I got a podcast partner, but he's not here tonight. So guess what? He's counting on me to make sure that we have an episode for the podcast tonight because he know I'm not afraid. You know what I'm saying? To come on here and talk to y'all. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's about. So once again, I hope that young man is okay. I hope he's safe. I hope he continue doing what he's doing. I really, really do. And I hope y'all know exactly what I'm talking about and who I'm talking about. It's funny though, y'all. Getting back to the subject, my wife loves bowling, y'all. This is the third time I said it. She loves bowling for the fact that it's a one man sport. Excuse me, it's a singular person sport. You know what I'm saying? As far as you against the next person, or however many people it is. Even when it's team bowling, even when it's team bowling. So I think like just think about that from a metaphorical standpoint. Yeah, me against the world, and she's a Tupac fan. Me against the world. Sometimes you may feel like it's you against the world. Sometimes you may act like it's you against the world and go out there and do things all by yourself. You ever had to fight multiple people? I have. Yeah, I had to fight against multiple people, 5 people to be exact, by myself. Did I win? I didn't lose. I didn't win either, though. I mean, most of the time, unless you Bruce Lee, Jet Li, Chung Lee, you know what I'm talking about, one of them leads, you probably ain't gonna win. But the fact that one person fought 5, you definitely didn't lose, right? So, and was I scared? Absolutely, I was scared. Absolutely, I was scared. I couldn't run. That wasn't gonna happen. Now, that was not gonna happen. Running wasn't an option. Running wasn't an option. And did I want to fight them 5 dudes? No, I did not want to fight them 5 dudes. I didn't. I ain't had no choice though. Like Delta said earlier, when you backed against the wall, you do what you got to do. You do what you got to do. Um, you see a lot of these politicians and stuff like that, talking about politics and stuff, and in a lot of, well, I ain't gonna say a lot of times, but sometimes you see them standing up all by themselves, and it don't matter which party. Let's say Democrats, right? Everybody might be thinking this way. Then you have one person who thinks the whole other way, and that's holding up everything. And that person, I'm sure they might be afraid to speak up and stand up on their own, but guess what? They did it because they may know something that the rest of them don't, or they may see something that the rest of them don't, or hell, they just may not agree. You see what I'm saying? And that's, they went against the grain, they stood up on their own, and they said, you know what? No, no, this is where I put my foot down, this is where I take a stand at. Scared or not. Y'all might ostracize me, y'all might blackball me, or whatever. And these like politicians, and we seeing this more and more, you know what I'm saying, especially now during this particular presidency. Mm, because y'all know who's in office, y'all know everything that's going on. For real. Y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in with me tonight, man. Rock it with me. I appreciate y'all smashing that like button and doing all that stuff, man. That goes a long way. You know, I'm by myself, so when I see we getting likes, you know what I'm saying, and I see that y'all dropping these comments, I really, really appreciate that. I really, really do. You know, I wasn't able to send the link out to everybody like I normally would because I'm on screen. And the other time, this might be doing something, then I can send out all my invites, and then we can switch out. But tonight, it's on my screen, so I can't just send out the invites like I want. But I appreciate still the number of likes that I got. I appreciate y'all constantly dropping comments. I'm doing it by myself, y'all. And whatever happened, good or bad, I just got to accept it. I got to accept it, you know, and I am, gratefully, with a smile. So we appreciate that. We definitely appreciate that, y'all. Mm. Um, what else is going on in the world right now, though, in the news? Sports news is going on. I don't know. There's a conspiracy theory going on because Luca, LeBron and Giannis is on vacation together. So now they talking about LeBron is trying to get Giannis over to the Lakers. I would love that. I'm a Lakers fan. I'm a LeBron fan. I would love to see that. Old boy got cut from the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? And they found out today he kissed one of his teammates on the forehead. What? I'm not sure what that's about, y'all. I don't even know if y'all heard about that, but that's going on in the news too. You know, the last 5 minutes of the show, we always tend to go off topic. You know what I'm saying? And start talking about other things. You know what I'm saying? Might be something local that's going on, something national, something sports related. Yeah, Layla Ali won her fight this past weekend. I think she won all 10 rounds. In my opinion, I think they gave her one. They gave the other young lady 1 round, so it ended up being 9-1. I think it was, but she dominated the fight as everybody knew she would. I definitely want to see the fight with Layla Ali and Clarissa Shields. If Layla Ali can get back into fighting shape, yeah, I think that's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a very, very, very good fight. I think. I mean, you got age versus experience. I mean, excuse me, age versus youth. So which one's going to prevail? Layla Ali. That's Muhammad Ali's daughter. If y'all didn't know that, right? She was a really, really good boxer. She actually stopped boxing because she ran out of opponents to fight, competitive opponents to fight. That says a lot right there. When you retire because you ain't got nobody else worth fighting. Clarissa was on that trajectory, but she went over to MMA and started doing that for a minute, and then came on back to boxing. She went and did a whole nother discipline. You know what I'm saying? And she's still winning in boxing though. But she went over there. It should be a great fight. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen with it, y'all. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen with it. Um, we appreciate everybody tuning in tonight, y'all. I really, really do. Y'all made this one really, really easy, really, really smooth for your boy. Y'all know me. Y'all know I'm gonna talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep coming with y'all. I'm gonna ask y'all some tough questions, some poignant questions. And I hope that y'all, continue to rock with me. I hope y'all tell this, hey man, Sid held it down. On Wednesday when he come back, you know what I'm saying? Y'all be like, damn man, Sid did a pretty good damn job. I hope so. I hope y'all let them know that. For real, for real. I'm gonna end the show right here, man. I'm a minute early. No, I'm gonna rock out for these next 2 minutes. I got 2 minutes left, y'all. I'm gonna stay with y'all till 8 o'clock. I'm gonna stay till 8 o'clock, and this is what we gonna do, man. We just gonna have fun with it, and we appreciate the compliments. Thank you, thank you, thank you, pretty lady. We appreciate that. all compliments are accepted. All compliments are accepted. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. We appreciate you dropping comments, being part of the conversation. We definitely appreciate that. Mm. I don't know, y'all. Hmm. I'm still thinking about this conversation. I'm thinking about all the things that I had to do by myself in life. You know, some things because I wanted to do them by myself, and some things because I just ain't have nobody else to do it with, and I had to do it by myself. Mm. Wow. It just running through my head. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Well, that's ain't that life though? Ain't ain't that life? It just is what it is. We all gotta face it. We all gotta go through things. The rigmarole. We all gotta stand 10 toes down, one man army, one man gang, solo dolo. Wow. Wow, y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm not gonna hold y'all no longer. I just want to say big shout out to the homie dysfunctional. Y'all keep looking over here because it's like a light. I know y'all see that light right up there. But anyway, it's a light. That's why I keep looking over there, cutting my eyes like that. But anyway, I want to send a big shout out to the homie dysfunctional's world. Safe travel to you, bro. We'll see you on Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, I'm your boy said. I'm out of town till the next time. Let's scream and let's talk. Peace.